Welcome to the Vortex, the Time Vortex. This is Strato Time, Lord Strato, here for another episode of Minecraft on my server, the Time Vortex. So today, as you can see, we've got the front wall that we had last episode. I did manage to complete my little side project, but I kind of broke it in favor of grabbing myself a repeater. And of course I found my secret stash of redstone on myself the other round, so I was like, yeah, secret stash. Well, let's see how many repeaters I need to make, because I gotta make a few repeaters to cross the gap here. I should just make a bunch, because this thing just needs a bunch. So against my better judgment, is that enough? Nope. That's enough. 2, 1, full stack. Nope. And I've been slowly emptying this bad boy out, so that's been working. And then I've got my connection over to here, so all my stuff going through the cooker is now coming over to these. So as soon as I get those emptied, I can take those down, and those will no longer be there. Need that, and that, and that, and that, and that's a lot of repeaters, and that's still not enough repeaters. On my redstone, this is getting to be a very intensive project on materials. There we go. And then we place that there and there. Oh, and if you're wondering how I have this working, I have this going into a block. There's a torch on the side of that block right there, which is this. Which is what's causing a piece of redstone on top to get powered, which then gives me a chance to walk through there for your maintenance access. Alright, too soon. And then of course you just come up here and go, because when you click it, it triggers this redstone to activate, which then fires this off, forcing it to go forward, which then lights these repeaters, comes back, fires this guy off, and resets it. Of course, if you spam click one of the two buttons, you'll break the system, but that's just how it is. Actually, no you won't, because you're powering the block and it's coming back, so the power has to end on the block. It doesn't create a circuit, oddly enough. And then of course I've got my button over there, which is on the other side of this block on the inside, so when you press that button it triggers it and opens the door from that side. I've been working on laying out pads, some basic things. Like here you want a pair of repeaters because this is your redstone that powers your door? How does this power my door? It doesn't make any sense to me now. Oh, I think it's because when I had it over there, I still thought it was over there? How am I powering my door now? I don't know. Oh, right, the redstone dust that's over the top of it. Which is literally just that. So that's all I need to power my doors on. All this was just extra nothing, apparently, that I'd left from earlier and totally forgot about. I feel silly. I feel silly. We'll go here with it. Just doing some minor rearranging. No, that's fine. Just come up this way. And then here we get on top of where the lights are at for indicating whether you have the items in there or not. And I'm going to have to go taller. Luckily, I don't have to go any taller on this side, because this is as tall as I need to get, because I just need to put redstone torches there. But on the other side of those blocks, I need to go taller. So basically, what you're doing here is you're gonna, offshoot, repeater, redstone, repeater, redstone, repeater, redstone, repeater, redstone, repeater, redstone. You're gonna place 2 repeaters and then a piece of redstone, because otherwise, if you place just a piece of redstone, you're gonna get powered by this lever. And because you're gonna have this lever on to indicate that your nether wart is always going to be actively put as an active ingredient, that's why you want the extra repeater right there. And then because of the way I'm doing it, it's a lot more resource intensive and a lot larger. So as I said, you may not want to do this first part, because this first part is literally just a huge section of this whole thing right here that I'm working on this side. Not this. This side is going to be just the controls that control basically what ingredient you're firing into it, because your ingredient bays are going to be back here. For that, this whole thing over here is all for doing, like, sorting your items out without having to manually sort the items out. If you just want to, like, take all your items and like throw them into the chest right here, and just say, like, hey, let me throw in my gunpowder, my glowstone, my redstone, some of these other ingredients, and you just throw them in there. And then it just goes back and gets sent up through an item elevator over here. And then it goes through your hoppers and gets auto-sorted through the hoppers. And away it goes. And as I stated, because of the way I'm doing it, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it for manually sorting, where you put all the items in a chest, or another example is, say you have a mob grinder or a mob farm where you're constantly farming like witches and creepers and all those lovely things that have a chance to drop, the materials that you need for this. I mean, because witches drop sugar, you could get spider eye, normal spider eye, and you can get redstone, glowstone, and gunpowder all from that. Or you may have it hooked up to your automatic sorting system. And if you do have it like that, where all your items get sorted through here first, so that you're filling up your brewing station, you want to be on this particular episode, though I might run out of redstone. Though, if you guys are okay with it, I might cheat some redstone in, but I'll put like a sign on the wall over here saying that I need to throw away so much redstone and or iron that I mine/collect for this because of this project. So just so I can finish this project, if you're okay with that, then I'll do that, and then I'll cheat the items in, but I will then, when I like go major mining for stuff, I will collect items and I will say, here's what I mined today. I'm going to throw this much away so that I can say that I now only have this much left to do. And yes, this reaches far enough. So there's 9. You're going like 9 blocks long, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I'm 10. I might be off by a block. Am I off by a block? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm supposed to be firing into the 10th block, so that should be the 10th block. So I'm actually 1 too far. So it's only 9. See, with the items on this side, pretty much because I've been watching somebody else's design for the most part. I can't remember who did it. It's an older 1.8 design. As I said, I'm still trying to work out the brewing section stuff. I can place torches here without any fears, because I don't really need to move that block. We'll throw an extra torch there. Ah, you stink. You a stinker. Because this whole thing is just to simulate being right up against the wall. So yes, this is a lot more resource intensive. But as I said, I'm building the can't make that jump right now. Building the sorting system, which makes a huge difference as well. Which is also a pain in the butt because I'm underwater. So I need 1 there, 1 there. And then we finish running this across. You don't have to worry about really any of these in here. I mean, you might put a torch in just to eliminate them temporarily while you're getting set up. How many more repeaters do I need? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. Ugh. And then I need another, what, 13? Yuck. So another 32 repeaters. Well, there went my redstone. That was everything in my stash of redstone. No! Make sure I stop at 64. Alright, I need more regular stone. At least another one of those stacks from over there. So I place that there. Alright, I can't do that. I was gonna like just drag it across and went, wait a second, that's not gonna work. It's gonna glitch the whole thing out. No! Guess I'm gonna have to go mining for resources as well. And then I can dig through here. There we go. You know what? I should have waited to put this on, just so I could do that. Come on, there we go. Remove that one. Doot doot. Remove that one. Doot doot. Remove that one. Doot doot. Basically, that's what your floor is going to look like. And then you remember the regular old sorting system style. For sorting items. That's true. I'm still going to need more repeaters for this one. I'll steal them from here. Maybe some redstone from over here too. There we go. Perfect. With a leftover repeater. Steal the rest of this redstone. I can come back to it. Ow! Fell down. Still not going to be enough. Whatever. It'll allow me to complete this section. They said the reason why you won't have to worry about it is this is actually works really well for close up sorting. Thought I hit one of those. I did hit this repeater. Because it allows you to actually sort fairly easily without repercussion, as long as you do it right. That's why I said, depending on how you want to do it, will definitely affect what's going on. Because I said we're going to have our redstone torches here for the hoppers. I do not have the comparators for this. No, I think I have a few comparators in a chest over there. I'm pretty sure I do. As I said, this ain't gonna be really spawnable either, because this is gonna be covered as well. It's gonna be pretty well covered. See if water falls, it's gonna fall into my stuff. As I'm going, I need to get a little higher. And I'm looking at that water going, I don't want to wreck this over here. So, okay, that takes care of that for now. Basically, I think I've got a few hoppers remaining in one of the chests I was looking at. Yep, there's 3 hoppers. Nope, not allowed to use these. Press the wrong button. So only if I'm allowed to, you know, do the whole signage thing, if you're okay with it, will I actually do that. Give me the 3 hoppers. I swore there were some comparators floating around that I haven't touched yet. That I made and then I like set to the side. Bingo, there they are. 7 comparators. Yeah, buddy. And then I think is it for now. I still need to make a regular old mob farm. But what I was thinking about doing was making the mob farm connected to this guy. So that, you know, like I said, with the witches and stuff being killed, I can then let their goodies be sorted into the system over here. Oh, that'll probably be a bad idea. Basically, because you're gonna have what, a okay, so place a block there, a block there. These actually gonna be hoppers coming. One will come because you're gonna have your hopper. It's facing to the comparator. And then you're going to have your hopper facing into that hopper, which is going to come down in this hopper, because your droppers going to be right here for dropping items in to be going to your brewing stand. Yeah, I can jump. As well as stuff like this. Yeah, it does take an extra piece of redstone. But the thing is, if you have like your items that are designated for those slots, and you have massive amount. No, don't do that. See, it drops down to 41. If I have that, see how I maxed it out? It didn't light up that last one. Because it will light up to 3 if you're doing a single like that. If you're doing the singles like this, if you're doing a controlled version of this, where you know you're going to have a lot more, where you're going to be placing the items into the system, so you're less likely to break the system, because you're like, oh, I'm just going to throw in a few items. Because, I mean, having a stack of, like, 41 in here, on top of all that, that's kind of brutal. Is what you're thinking. Like, that is kind of brutal. The way you fix that, you put stacks of 10 in there. of the particular item that you're not going to be sorting through the system. So you're either going to use something you're not going to sort through the system at all, because then it only keeps you down to 5 items. But you got to remember though, with this one, if you are doing a constant sort like that, bam, you're now messing up your system. So you do want to be careful with the 10. With anything over 1 in this slot, has a potential of breaking the system to a point. It will activate this other one, which will then drain its items, which will drain the small stack out if it has one, and then start draining these, which, as I said, will break the system. But if you're doing a constant flow of items, if you just do the 1, it doesn't matter that you have a full stack in there. It will not trigger the 1 sitting next to it. So I could have 3 stacks of netherwort sitting in here or 3 stacks of netherwort sitting on the hopper above it, because for some reason it's not moving past it because it's like all clogged up over there or whatever. I'll just say for shenanigans' sake. And then I have a whole bunch of we'll say gas tiers in this slot that's all clogged up too, and they're both powered to here and here, but this guy will not be powered because they'll always do 1, 2, 3, so it has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that, if you want to put a side-by-side sorting system and you plan on sorting a lot of items, is really good. I mean, when I realized this, I so wanted to come back over here right away to my 1 section where I wanted to sort all my valuable materials, where I have this set up right here and be like, oh yeah, I want to bring it up to 3, or bring it up so I can have this working properly. I might be able to. What was that? It's like, did you just see? Did it just look like a bunch of zombie flesh just fell randomly over here? That was weird. It's all get out. Whoa. That flew weirdly. Why are we sticking there? It somehow hit the wall. Okay. I might have to move this over. And that, so it, pushes properly. Gotcha. Minor tweaks that need to happen to the sorting system. But it will be nice being able to, put multiple things side by side. I mean, this floor I can't do much of a change on because I'm fighting with this and the wall over there, but on my lower floor I might change a few things up to sort a few things out. Bye-bye, pigman. Have a nice fall. Done. But yeah, I said the biggest thing with doing the whole 3-step is you've got to have repeaters on the back wall and an every other repeater for it, though. Otherwise, the redstone in front, because the repeaters will just kick all the redstone up to 15 along, will cause a massive break in your system. That's why you want to stick with, you know, an alternating double repeater redstone. And the reason why you always want a repeater on the back, because you can't do two redstones, is because it this redstone sitting here will not ignite the piece of redstone down here. It will, however, charge the block, which will then charge the repeater, oddly enough. And yes, if you want to know if this works in a higher version than 1.8, I'm actually testing it in 1.8. I'm not playing it in 1.8 at the moment. Or not 1.8, but 1.10 is what I meant to say. Blah. Say it right. I'm definitely going to need a lot. I'll just set those there. A lot more redstone. And some more iron. But basically, if you complete this pattern all the way across, set the item you want. In there. Oh, I don't have any nether wart at the moment, but you are going to want to pause, and I do mean pause, at this step when you get Hey, let me up. When you get here before you finish the next part, which is going to be like, you're going to cover this. You're not going to be able to stand here. I mean, yes, you'll be able to access them from the other side as well. But if you want to set this up first, it's really easy to set it up here. Though later on you're going to be standing a few blocks away on the other side where you're going to have to reach over. So 1, 2, 3. So you'll actually be standing. See, that's two. As I said, there's gonna be a bunch of hoppers here then. Oh, let me up. You're actually gonna be standing right here because you're gonna have a ceiling over your head. So this will be your access port for getting to your main hoppers and sorting in your items. I mean, at the very least, if you can get the block of choice you want and the starting item, maybe 2. I got 3 right here. That'll be perfect for my nether wart. I'll put my nether wart in there. Yep. If all you have is one item, just put your one item in there for now. Is what I would suggest. I'm just going to put all 3 nether warts in there because I'm in no hurry. Yeah, just go ahead and put your starting items in there so that when it does go down, or when you do get the next part going, because after you've completed this setup with all the redstone torches, all the hoppers, I mean, you can place blocks across for now so you have a place to put your hoppers to. Because as I said, it's going to be... Well, I can make a couple more hoppers. And I'll make a dropper, and I'll at least show you what the main cross-section looks like. Do I need more wood? I can make 2 chests, which will give me 2 of 4 hoppers, which is fine. I've got some leftover redstone that I stole from above, which is just your light indicators. It's just your light indicators to say that later on when you have redstone in your dropper here, like so. Yes, the redstone torch is affecting both the two hoppers at the same time. It really ain't gonna matter though, because as I've said before with the whole doing that, see, it's running right into here because it's running right through when it's being powered. You might be stuck with a little bit of a backdraft, but very little will be left inside the actual system. So as you saw, you just saw one there and one there. So you're going to have your normal amount plus 2, and then you just have your hopper, and then of course coming out of your dropper, you have your hopper not. Yep, see, I've got it facing into the block because they'll all be facing this way to go into your brewing stand. Alright guys, that's it for today. This is Strato Time, Lord Strato, signing out.